Keep Village. Alright. I'm going to start this and I'm going to grab a fresh drink. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
I need to catch my breath.
All right.
May we have a
Time
moment
to get
of respite?
some rest, isn't it?
Let's rest before we go in here.
An interesting troop we are. If I saw us on a forest road, I'd grab my crossbow before someone yelled, "Stand and deliver."
All right. Quick save it. Who are you? Hey, the perfect human protection. Happy to meet you, O Warden. My name is Shay Naya. They simply call me the Tulip, as all the best of my friends do. Ever since the sun rose today, I have had a feeling that I shall take part in a grand encounter, one that shall change our fates forever. And lo, it is so. Praise be the perfect human, this gift he has bestowed upon these eyes that see the future. And so we meet. What next? You, O worthy one, can help me find my calling. I'm beset by doubt. What if by choosing the path of a master smith, I'm making a terrible mistake? After all, I, Shania the Tulip, have seen many wonders, the likes of which your humble realm has never heard of, and I wish to recount them. But alas, I cannot write in your language. For this reason, I require a writer, and a worthy one. I have witnessed Master Chokek cover emptiness and tattoos. A human grew out of them. And these patterns were so intricate and deep that the ink became more important than the flesh. Trust me, for I have woven the tale of these events myself. Perhaps I have been destined to become the muse of a great writer. If, O worthy one, you find a suitable scribe for me, I shall pay you back handsomely my wisdom and advice. Jubilos. Ah, let us see then. How learned this man truly is. I hope this esteemed opium inhaler will enthrall me with the depth of his knowledge and the richness of his verse. Oh. Darkness. Thanks for gifting that sub. Congrats on the sub. Let us see then. How learned this man truly is. I hope it's this esteemed opium inhaler. Oh yeah, we already read it. I greet you, O most worthy optimist. Opiumist? I've heard much of your wisdom. Now lend me your ears, and I shall tell you a story. Just a moment. Why on earth do you call me an opiumist? Who came up with that? Isn't every learned man supposed to be an opiumist? Back in Verdra, I met many noble and illustrious scholars. Each and every one of them inhaled the smoke of opium, so as to lose his mind. That the surrounding world, with its lowly impulses, would not distract him from his scientific endeavors. Notice how empty your eyes are, and never have I inhaled anything, nor do I intend to. But I find it highly unlikely that a whole cast of intellectuals would willingly expose themselves to such substances in order to lose their minds. It is true, as the fact that the fastest black genies can outrun light beams, thus evading the touch of a sun, which is fatal. Trust me, for I have seen this with my own eyes. That's a birthday present. Let's see. Seems to me that you're spinning these wild tales on the go. I very much doubt they have anything to do with your actual travels. I have no interest in such things. Silent. Perhaps I'm not as good at telling stories as I thought. After all, putting the events of the past into words is not quite the same as witnessing them. Perhaps I chose wrongly when I decided to become a muse. Until I can answer this question, I shall remain true to the calling I've always pursued, weaponsmithing. If, in your kindness, you could indulge me once more and grant me a workshop in this life, then I swear to you, I shall make for you truly miraculous weapons, the likes of which these lands have never seen. But for now, let me tell you a story that our great conversation reminded me of. This truthful story was divined for me by a woman who had eyes on the palms of her hands. Once upon a time, the sorcerer Bakara decided to become immortal. He started living his life with such purpose and determination that his essence would be imprinted on all his future incarnations. Macaw studied the arts and became a great conqueror. He consumed the flesh of his enemies and servants to gain their strength. Oh, so he's a cannibal. Great. At a feast, Macaw once swallowed a whole tiger, and the beast's rage and hunger burned in his veins, until, consumed by it, he ate himself. Years went by, and a young prince by the name of Perusev Bagba destroyed Macaw's empire, slaying all of his generals. For Perusev was a reincarnation of Macaw, bent on restoring the empire to its true glory. Eventually, Perusev was defeated in battle and his empire died with him. But it was Makra Abhikara who spawned the terrible race of Rakshasa, cunning beast, half human and half animal. Trust me, for I have met these creatures many times. Macaw always dreamed of leaving a mark on the world, and he did. Not the way he expected. It was not on the battlefield that his name became immortalized, but in bed, surrounded by concubines. Each may be mistaken in choosing their own path, but even the wisest of all. Perhaps I'm destined to be your advisor, most people, or your lover. Go now, for I need to be alone. Very presumptuous. A sort of help. This was written by my father, meant for a family that has lived for centuries near the homes of my relatives of Absalom. Life has scattered us all across Valeria. We never gave up hope of reuniting with those we once knew so well. My father asked me to pass this letter to a member of this fine family, if ever I should happen to stumble across one. As I have recently discovered, one of them lives nearby. Noble Asuf trades in your capital. I confess I'm too nervous to meet him. I fear that my anxiety would cause me to behave inappropriately, and I may disgrace myself. Would you assist me in fulfilling my duty and to deliver him this letter? I do not believe that my heart can be at peace until this letter is delivered. One cannot be a master set by such distraction. Okay. I would like to know more about you. I'm flattered. Where should I begin? How did you end up here? Have you heard of Friedrich Kavala? High in the Burundi mountains lie the Adharam Monastery. Monks are pious and devout. Their duty is to feed a dead man whose green-skinned body floats over a black metal altar as he meditates. Back when Friedrich Kavala was alive, he was the vilest of the Rakshasa. However, one day he stepped upon a riverbank and became a seeker of truth. And thus he stood for 1,000 years, unmoved. Keep listening in silence. A massive ant hive grew around him, but this did not concern Friedrich Kavala. 1,000 years passed, and Diomazel, the god of war, came to visit him and offered Friedrich Kavala any reward, for he had shown great merit. The Rakshasa demanded all 8 of the god's swords. Upon receiving him, he chased Diomazel into a dungeon and, content with himself, sat down to rest. Soon the other gods realized that war has left them, where it's much more difficult to resolve conflict and maintain order. They began to seek the missing god. To be precise, they found a young hero and tasked him with finding and rescuing Diomazel. They was terrified by the sight of the mighty 3-headed Rakshasa. That's a hard word to say. While one head was reading Miserabit Modia, the second was puffing on a hookah, while the third was sipping wine. The hero didn't stand a chance in battle. The Rakshasa bride fell in love with the hero. It is she that stands before you today. I put Friedrich Kavala, Rakshasa. It's hard for me to say. Rakshasa. I put Friedrich Kavala to sleep with fragrant incense. while my prince took one of his swords and severed all three of the Rakshasa. Rakshasa. It's the K after the K before the S. It fucks me up. Rakshasa. I hid the heads in secret places where my groom did not find them. The memory of my treachery remains in one of his heads. I hope that it will never find his way back to his shoulders, but I'd best stay far away as possible in case that ever happens. So I prayed to the gods and trusted in them. I jumped over the ocean, landing at Arisia. There, my feet. Seems to me there are quite a few exaggerations in your story. Oh, they often say that about Budrani. I know that, that gods have given me such lessons in humbleness that it is quite against my nature to lie and spread falsehood. Have you ever been to Niswan? It's the capital of the island of Jalmari, a city of 1,000 rooftops, above which flutters 1,000 silk banners, hot water, but the finest wines, magnificent jade mountain. There isn't a city more beautiful in this world, but Niswan's greatest jewel is its houses of perfection, monasteries wherein the world's finest warriors train. Keep listening. Once the monastery of the unblinking flame became jealous that the monastery of the unfolding wind was known as the house of the greatest masters. Many turned down the invitations of the unblinking flame in order to join their white-robed rivals. The monastery of the unblinking flame swore to make them pay for the insult. In the streets, the markets, and the palaces, the red-clad monks would insult the white ones, provoking them to bloody duels. Niswan took it as from an earthquake. Niswan shook as if from an earthquake. Trust me, for I witnessed it myself. In that life, I was an arrogant master of the unblinking flame, and my pride demanded war. I knew that my days were numbered, and desired nothing but to see the unblinking flame triumph. In my arrogance, I could not see how much suffering I brought to the people. Those who were struck by a monk's fist fell and did not rise again, and those who were touched by a priest's finger were permanently crippled in mind and body. We fought with honor, seeking to demonstrate our mastery, not murder our enemy, while the townsfolk died by the thousands, and we did not care. Our students, however, secretly arranged a tournament of the unseen mercy, which took place on a bridge over an abyss. They fought, and it was agreed that the losers would be shown no mercy. Their bodies would be thrown down into the abyss. By dawn, the bridge was completely empty. It was then that we, the masters, saw how arrogance had weakened our houses and deprived us of our futures. The ambition of the past were all that remained. It was a bitter lesson, and it was then that I swore in all my incarnations to always be humble and straightforward. I have since kept my promise, no matter how strongly I may wish to embellish my story. Sasha, always one of the monsters in D&D man that interests me. I don't think I've ever heard of them before. But according to her, they are half human, half beast. At times you are insolent towards me. Insolent? I'm Raja, same as you. We're equal by caste. True, I hold no power, but what does that change? The sage Ulvantha told me a story. Once he was a groom. Full of stories, Jesus Christ. Once a groom to the moon herself, but he angered her with his rapturous nature and was expelled from the plane of Nirvana. Keep listening. To ensure that he never again falls victim of his ill nature, he carries with him the skull of his mortal enemy and consults it on all occasions. Paladin? Trust me, for I have heard the words of the skull's wisdom. Once this wise man, Ulvantha, was heading north. However, his path was blocked by the local Raja's army, who was waging war against his neighbor. The soldiers were ordered not to let anyone pass. This infuriated Ulvantha. But following the skull's advice, he did not kill them on the spot. After all, soldiers acted honorably, neither buckling to his wrath nor flinching in their duty. Eldritch ASMR. Instead, the wise man took some rice from his bag and boiled it. Ooh. Brave host, thank you for giving me something to bite. Appreciate that. The wise man took some rice from his bag and boiled it, making an army of rice soldiers. The rice soldiers then tore Raja's men apart, while Uvanthra visited the Raja's capital. Then overthrew the Raja and placed the dead whore on the throne, as a reminder that power is as fleeting as life. Do not hurry to think that your position of power might give you a strength that I do not possess. Only noble behavior and enlightenment truly matter. Tell me of Budra. Of the kingdoms of 1,000 wonders, where should I begin? Tell me of your homeland. Budra is a land of wonders never seen in Europe, as witnessed by the 10,000 lines of its there should be a vowel there, damn it. Misraverta from Ramodia, as recorded by the wise Alazastran from the words of the goddess Ika. Budra is 50,000 years old. That means it's far older than the rest of the world, which grew up around Budra to become its outer mantle, like shells and weeds grow upon the bottom of a ship. It is the land of genii, monks, and wondrous beasts, and gods, of course. Budra is home to thousands of gods, while in other lands they worship mere dozens. Perfect human is the head of the pantheon. He is called Ironi, a master of masters. Rory. Among the gods, he is Maharaja, ruling Budra and all its Mahajanapadas, or kingdoms as you call them. Each kingdom has its own Raja. The wealth and glory of even the feeblest among them is such that would make even the wealthiest of your rulers rage and envy. Trust me, for I once was a Rani myself. To talk about the treasures of your homeland, how would one go about trying to find them? Greed is a dangerous thing. Have you ever heard of the consortium of Aspis, a worthy one? It is the union of the greediest merchants of all of Chaliak. The head of the consortium in Verdra learned of an abandoned palace of the Princess Chaya, rumored to be filled with fabulous riches. He hired guides and porters and set out for the palace, and the treasures they found there exceeded their wildest expectations, but their robbery had not gone unnoticed. They had awakened an evil spirit that sped towards them, taking the form of a white cobra. Ow. Apparently we have Owen Wilson in bot form. Sliptika, thank you for the 11 months. Hope you're doing well. No liquor is safe. I'll pull you all out. Do it. Pull them all out. Taking the form of a white cobra, the Aspis realized that they would pay dearly for their greed and ran as fast as they could. The foolish Udrani, who had helped them, ran as well. They built ships and fled their homes. Many turned to piracy, and you can find them still in the protectorate of the Black Marquis, now known as the Mandagara. Woe is the fate of the thieves and outcasts. Others settled in Kermaga in Berisi, It was they who took the pyramid box from the palace and hid it from the consortium. This box is covered in the finest oil and carried by dead men, and inside the box lives the child goddess. Trust me, for the child goddess spoke to me once and foretold that you and I were destined to meet. The Budrani hope that the deity's protection will save them, but it is this box that the evil spirit seeks. It has since transformed into a demonic ship, and it comes into ports by night. Sailors who look like crocodiles search the towns. The ship is gone by dawn. There will come a day when the ship finds Karamaga's port, and the Budrani will pay dearly for their. Budra knows how to protect its treasure, and it's best not to seek them. You are a ruler? Yes, I am the Raja of the Raja caste, although I have lost all my land. I once disturbed an ancient city of the dead, one that lay hidden in the jungle. The great evil returned with me to my kingdom. The cocks, eggs of Sakari, diseased and rabid, swarmed the land. They rolled like an enormous wave, engulfing and destroying everything in their path. They called this horror the Crimson Wind. My warriors went forth boldly, but were overrun. The walls of my palace steadily absorbed their attack, but in the end, they returned to dust. I was preparing to die, but the red wind suddenly fled in terror, vanished by a strange traveler. It was a Vanara, half man, half monkey, and he wore the orange robe of a priest. I wished to thank him, but he had little interest in my treasures. He offered to play me the wise men's game of army. And if he won, then I would have to give him my throne. I agreed, for how could I say no to my savior? He easily outwitted me, hiding 4 pieces up his sleeve, while I only managed to brush one off the table and stash another one in my pocket. I ordered my guards to seize the Vanara and put him in chains, as I had no wish to give up my throne. But by dawn, the monk had fled his prison and used his tongue to lick a hole in his manacles. I knew then that the monk was Ragda, the monkey god, a sage, a petty thief, and the lover of 100 brides. Trust me, for I have met many gods, and I know of what I speak. I gave Ragda my throne along with my apologies and set out one. Do you enjoy living in my lands? This is a wonderful land. You have such a strange cuisine, and kobolds, incredible creatures. We don't have them in Budra. Those insolent creatures, squirrels. I've never seen such fierce creatures. This land lacks order. The gods granted Budra castes. You have none here, and that's why there is no order. For when you meet a member of the lowest caste, you know that they have only barely deserved to be born human. In their previous lives, they were animals, or maybe even vile things like kobolds, who were lower than even the lowliest beggars. Trust me, for I have more than once faced their wicked nature. Whereas when you encounter a member of the higher caste, be a Hadaprajana warrior or a Raja as you and I, that signifies that in our past lives we were pious and noble, and that our words were strong and true. That is, that understanding that these lands lack. Until we meet again, O Worthy One, it shall happen sooner than you think. A perfect human has told me. What the hell is this encounter? What do you have? Standard scrolls. Oh. Oh yeah, this guy. As you see, I've already set up shop. Took a lot of work, of course. Now I've got a nice place. No worse than the guild smithy. Tell me about that idea you had about a family relic and a masterpiece. Here's the story. My family used to have a suit of plate armor named Onslaught. My grandfather wore it to perform many heroic deeds. What a great dwarf he was. But it's been stolen by my own brother, Kurgan. Then Kurgan fled. Onslaught has been on my mind ever since. I intended to bring the relic back to the clan and restore my good name. After you hired me, one merchant told me he saw some fragments of armor that looked like Onslaught. Kurgan's such a fool. He couldn't find a buyer for the whole suit, so it's too valuable. So we pawned it off piece by piece. Someone got the jambarts, another got the gauntlets, a third got the cuirass. A fine set of armor turned into a pile of junk. Fancy junk. See if you can find my grandfather's armor and bring it back. I promise I will repay you. Turns out, 3 local merchants have 3 parts of the armor. They're like vultures pulling apart a corpse. They buy whatever catches their eye, not caring whether it's stolen or not. One merchant seems to be in the capital. Another was staying at some trading post. Got an owner with a strange name. Oleg. The third always prowls in distant corners, looking to buy valuables on the cheap. I believe he has an acquaintance, interest in Umra. She might well have it. Yeah. Our people are masters of making armor and weapons. Everyone knows that. We can equip a fighter so that he can fight for hours without getting tired or suffering any wound. Many have tried to copy our designs and methods, but they're just imitators who don't understand the intricacies of the craft. Your family. Waradash is a decent, respectable clan. We're considered especially honored, standing out even from among other clan families. My grandfather accomplished many feats in his time, and my father won respect and honor in many battles. Trying hard to be worthy of this legacy, especially since I'm carrying the load for 2. Do you like my lens? Well, what can I say? There's quite a lot of troublemakers here. The ones who get called honorable aren't exemplary, law-abiding citizens. I guess it's what lands like these do to people.
Time becomes distance.
Ooh, leveled up. Okay. critical. Improved critical on the longsword. Rouse defense might be. Yeah. She already hits damn hard. Just give her a little bit more survivability. Oh, good. Maybe we do have outflank already on her. Spell penetration. Have a good one, Roscoe. Dragon's Breath. Maybe Phantasmal Killer. Extra bonus. Go with Herald. Spell books. Yeah. Okay. Get his. Extra displacement. Maybe an extra fire. Dragon's Breath. Hey Ryan, how you doing? I think we're level 9 now. So the cleric and the paladin, that guy hired someone else to guide them. Okay.
Forwards? No, backwards. Backwards!
For Gorum!
Okay then.
Stay behind me!
It'll be easy peasy. Let's see. Nothing to worry about. See, it's okay.
Step, step, step.
No, we're actually probably could jump it. Jump it up. Difficult. Try it out. Been on
What's
challenging
in wait for me there, I wonder?
long time. Probably longer than we needed to.
Trail me.
I wish there was another way. Samurai,
That
I
hurt.
see your light.
I'm getting killed here.
Okay. Didn't realize there was two of them. Okay.
How may I help? Head on.
Let's shake a leg.
You require my assistance?
Something bothering you?
Art by blessings.
Shall we move? We shall move.
Ready and willing.
Quiet. I'm thinking.
What's the holdup?
Right here, my friend. Share your troubles.
Well, I'm listening. To victory!
There's three of them. Shit.
A clever ploy.
Die! Die! Die!
Stun. Holy crap. Okay then. Wait, aren't we missing one? There he is. Wonder if fire will. That does nothing. Right. That's up, Junior Mob. Next.
Tear them apart!
24 damage to it. The whole disappearing thing is more annoying than anything. Nothing. See, that's annoying. Pretty sure there's another one still around here.
Give the order.
Unless we happen to kill that one.
I'm listening.
I won't let you down.
Yes?
Yep. They're very much a pain in the ass. Describe the plant, the wounded caused.
I shall end this suffering.
Let us strike as one.
Just the one. Just in time to see Blood Pressure Island. Pretty much. Such a pain in the ass.
What's new?
How may I help?
The road
mean,
calls me.
Good thing
I'll
is,
take the bait.
it's really
I
not
am your
hurting.
shield.
It's just obnoxious. We also upped the difficulty to back to hard. Just a sneaky bastard just coming up out of stealth. Just blasting the entire party.
Something bothering you?
Done with
Spread out.
waiting.
We'll do it the hard way.
They go down!
Do not falter.
Okay. Okay. Pop rage. We still have our buffs, so. $31, $36, $27. Easy. Yeah, actually drop. This loot back here.
I'm not afraid.
Luring me in with promises of loot. Oh. This could be very bad. Hang back and let him come to us. Okay. The slow-mo shit is annoying. It was on medium. See if that makes a difference. I mean, I guess we can heal. Snake attack. All right, so I guess this we have to go through this way. Chaos shard.
Here.
Are you going to go straight into Wrath of the Righteous after this? That's kind of the plan.
As you order.
Kind of depends on timing.
Don't hesitate.
Matter when we finish this and
We will prevail.
versus the release date of Wrath of the Righteous, which is the 2nd. You over here. Wow, 4 of them. Okay.
Onwards.
Fuck me, I guess. Okay. All right. See what that does. Oh yeah, I expect most new release, like launched games, to be buggy. Fully expect it. I'm not someone who expects perfection on a launch. We still have protection from that. That's good. Just fine. Just fuck all of them. Yeah. You guys get in the battle. It's almost dead. There it goes. I mean, this isn't difficult. They're just annoying. I mean, it would be difficult if I didn't have protection. Energy up. Yeah, time consuming, that's all. Do we know if our playthrough of this game can be like, can you like import it into Wrath of the Righteous and our decisions from this game actually matter in the next? They left them behind. You barely make it to the tower. I mean, well, barely. Completely different adventures. Okay.
Time becomes distance.
Up here we go. Sorry about that. Need news. Let's quick save it before we do this.
Find me!
No. What are you
Let
doing?
us strike as one!
Big dummy?
Ha! Primitives.
I mean, I've got something on me to improve my survivability. I just wish there was something I had to improve my hit ability.
Repent! Let the attack commence.
Consider provoked.
May I see your entrails, please?
Bring it!
3-2 attack. It'd be nice to be able to rotate our camera and shit like that. Which, from what I'm told, will be in the Wrath of the Rashes. There we go. Reminds me. I do have another recipe.
To victory!
Will they ever learn?
It's got hit pretty hard. Never ending shitty mobs.
Burn! Slice! Behead! Yes, behead. A fine use of my talents. You forced my hand. Die! 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 Clever ploy. I'll try to make this swift.
This is for you.
So it's come to this. Repent!
I'll fight if I have to.
You forced my hand.
Yeah, seems by reducing the graphic settings, the slow-mo
Tear them apart!
isn't an issue anymore. Magic missile wand? Yeah, we have it. Nope, he's in slow mode. I spoke too soon. What?
You can't stop me.
Just keep using that. Oh yeah, they are going down. Just a matter of hitting them. I mean, if we land hits on them, they're screwed.
They go down!
Hey, at least they don't heal, right? That'd be the ultimate troll. Last one.
Consider me provoked.
There we go. I think we needed to come over here, but next week. I think it's just an alternate way.
Right here, my friend.
We will prevail.
True.
I'll try to make this swift.
Should have Brandon just came back for that swing. Probably. We're off. All right.
This won't kill me.
Patricium Turino. Magriti, Turi.
Tristan is just too valuable to ever leave behind.
Did you like that?
56 sneak attack crit. Juby just has a lot of utility. The bombs aspect is it's an interesting way to play. Ancestral Dwarven Shield. Interesting. Now does damage reduction stack? Valerie already has damage reduction. So if we get a damage reduction shield like that, we give her further damage reduction.
Step, step, step.
This requires your attention.
All right. Dead warrior in full armor with Rory Simple. He was backstabbed.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder? Oh, did you see that?
This weathered relief, worn down by time and elements, bears the faint inscription. The inscription is jagged and uneven, as if written by a trembling hand. Past, present, future, all are one in him. Is the key and guardian of the gate where spheres meet. Nagosh Yagsoth.
Trail me.
Are we about to find an old god? Nope. No.
Quick, quick, else we miss all the fun.
You're not
I'm
setting up
listening.
like that.
My skills are getting rusty.
Confide in me.
I'm listening.
A man stands in the center of the half-ruined home. He is motionless. His eyes are closed, head tilted, as if he was listening to something inaudible. He's clad in a tattered black and white robe, though mud and dust made his clothes look almost uniformly gray. trespassers. Are you so evil? The man stares at you for several moments, then he suddenly grins and raises his eyebrows in mockery. Who am I? Oh, soon. Know my name. Two-Faced Rismo, Keeper of the Gates, Harbinger of Nethys. I have many names, and you shall pay fealty to them all. The all-seeing eye has brought me here to this sanctuary of magic. Others came that did not survive the trials. I am the only one who hears words of Nethys and can open the gates for him. Then the all-seeing eye will reward his chosen. I will become my lord in this new era. Pardon. Rismel's eyes turn glassy and dull as he keeps talking, and his speech becomes a stream of barely understandable words. It's impossible to distinguish which part of his ramblings is true and which represents his delirious fantasies. Nonetheless, the madman seems to lose interest in attacking you. An enchanted sanctuary, gates to other worlds. They're here in these ruins. There's one right in front of you, dumbass. Silence. You're too blind to see what surrounds you. Vibrant, bright, glorious to those who have embraced the arcane and mastered its power. Nethys himself led me. His voice rings in my head, calling from the portal. All these writings, all these wandering lights. Only the blind cannot see the coming of the all-seeing eye. So watch your tongue. The moment nears where I open the portal and let Nethys into this world. Fear my lord's wrath, for there will be no escape for blasphemers. Oh, so the great Nethys is just beyond this portal, yet the god of magic can't cross over on his own. Word, insect, and I'll have Inyul witness it yourself. Let's assume Nethys waits beyond the portal. What's beyond the portal exactly? Can you feel it? No, of course you can't. The whole tower bears the mark of the arcane. Look around you. Can you see these writings? These ancient times? Since ancient times, believers knew a portal lay here, so they left signs heralding the arrival of Nethys. Some say this place is cursed. Cursed. Only fools can claim this place is cursed. On the contrary, this tower, this portal, is a true blessing for those who can grasp its real greatness. What do the writings say? I'll find out. When he comes, when he shares his boundless wisdom with me, I'll find out everything I want. Will-o-wisp roam the island. How did you get past them? Will-o-wisp don't devour flesh. They feed on suffering and fear. Our island is full of them, since the times when this temple was sanctified with human blood. Besides, there was no fear in my heart, only joy and awe, for I was to meet my God and Master. Where are the others that you came here with? Who? Ah, you're talking about those who came to the island with me. They're gone. One of them gave up halfway here, knowing nothing of his fate. I know nothing of his fate. And the second, the miserable creature, he kept talking. How knowledge must belong to everyone. Wisdom should be shared. About telling others about this place. He kept talking and talking. So I silenced him. I've come for the temple's treasures. Treasures. Does anything of value remain? Anything of value? Look before you. Beyond is the keeper of all knowledge, Nethys himself. The wisdom of all-seeing eye. It's more of value than your paltry mind can dream of. But if you seek gold, gems, and other worthless things, then you've wasted your time. Rismo, no matter if this island is cursed or not, you're not in your right mind. You don't know what you're doing. How dare you? Nethys himself guides me. How dare you judge a chosen one of the all-seeing eye? As you listen to Rismo, you can't stop frowning. Something is clearly not right. not just with the man, but his words. Nethys, the mad deity of magic and wizardry, never speaks directly to his followers. His followers take pride in this, for their god is much too great to lower himself to such base forms of expression. Whoever or whatever Rismal heard beyond the portal, it is not Nethys. Listen to yourself. Nethys speaks to me. Nethys has chosen me. You know your god does not waste time on mortals. How long are you going to lie to yourself, claiming the voice in your head belongs to Nethys? But it's just, I am the chosen one. I knew it, always, the chosen one, different from the others. I found a corpse on the island. You know the one I speak of. He perished in suffering, terrified, cursing those who left him to die. What did he do to earn your cruelty? Mori, we should have come back for you. What have I done? Great Nethys, what a nightmare is this? This can't be. I failed you. Misled by illusions. Darkness took my mind, and how can I atone for this? All I've done, it's not possible. But the voice that urged me to open the gates, still sounds inside my head. It's not Nethys. No, it's not him. It's something else. The man turns back to you. I would never be able to repay you for your help, stranger. But I must ask you about one more thing. Will you help me to confront the creature that waits beyond the portal? I'll be able to open it and let this thing come to Galarian. We'll have to destroy it before it finds new prey. When we're done with this, I'll stay here to make sure no living soul ever falls victim to this island. Sure. I'll begin the ritual. Quick save.
A fatal mistake.
Duke dazzled. Get your buffs. Still, nope. We need a bless. Oh wow, he's going down fast. Okay. That it? Okay.
I am yours to command.
Are you sure you want to stay here on this island? This is my penance. Someone must keep watch over the portal. Won't let anyone else die here, become enslaved by temptation. Now, if your mind's clear, tell me about this place. This is the place where two worlds connect. The border is razor thin, so it gave birth to a portal. Now it's sealed. Doesn't look too sealed. But when I was performing a ritual here, I noticed it's easy to open. Someone must have used this portal before, and not too long ago. Can you seal the portal permanently? Alas, I'm not able to do it. The only thing I can do is become a guardian of this portal till the end of my days. Locals claim this island is cursed. Cursed? Definitely not. The tower is full of magic, but cursed. I should call a clouded mind a curse of sorts. The man who sent me to this island claimed there were treasures here. I guess this man was wrong. Thank you. Learned all I wanted.
I'm afraid it's impossible.
I crave for adventure.
Cypress Queen's Flute.
So, any brilliant ideas?
Step, step, step.